below 45 degrees, I stopped throwing anything else in my tackle box except for this. If you know me, I love fishing a jig because the jig is the one bait in bass fishing that doesn't have a time of year, a weather condition, a light condition that constrains it. You can fish a jig in almost any situation as long as you know how to fish it. And especially up here in the north in that sub 45 degree water, in that cold water, nothing beats dragging around a football head jig. And here's how I rig that football head jig for that cold water. And the reason why I make the distinction of a football head jig over something like a normal casting jig is, as you can see, this hook is parallel with my knife blade or the bottom of the water. We don't want that, especially when we're going to be dragging, and especially the way that I rig a football head jig. This is the Beast Coast Fishing's Bulldozer, and as you can see, with a football head jig, the biggest thing is there's a lot of separation between the bottom and how your hook is pointed. Your hook is going to be slanted slightly upwards, which is really helpful for when you're dragging things on bottom, because whatever trailer you put on there is going to get a lot more action. With that being said, my favorite trailer is going to be a paddle tail. And generally, I'm not going to tell you have to go as one company's baits or the other. You want to look for high salt content paddle tail that won't freeze up too much in cold water. And really, Keitech is the best for that. The Fat Swing Impact, really great options because their salt content allows those soft plastics in that cold water. They don't get stiffer. In this super cold water, a lot of your bait fish are going to be hugging to muddy bottom or around rock. And what's better than dragging around than a football head jig that's not going to get caught up in that rock, and it just keeps that paddle tail up and just slowly brings it along. And of course, as we get into spring more and more, then we can start throwing in the big old casting jigs. So what are you waiting for? Get out there.